Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and let me welcome you to day 4 of Cathlon, an initiative of Time Nasik. I think this year it has been extremely good for Time Nasik as a center, courtesy the students that we have. We have received calls right from IIM, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, to NETI, to IRMA, to XLRI, to all the other IIMs as well. We wanted a lot of other participants to be with us, but unfortunately, due to schedules, their own commitments, we have not been able to get them. But then we have been lucky that we have still got 4 people to come and discuss their own experiences with CAT. So let me welcome them. I am Vaibhav Khandelwal, a faculty at IIM Nasik, and the participants joining me today are, I'll introduce them in brief and then I'll ask them to introduce themselves. I have Siddhika Kamble, that's my first panelist. My second panelist for the day would be Kalpita Bhalerao. Welcome Kalpita, welcome Siddhika.
Thank you, sir.
My third panelist is Shumi Mitra. Good evening, Shumi. Welcome to day 4 of Cathlon.
Good evening, sir. Thank you.
And my fourth panelist is Hitesh Deshpande. Good evening, Hitesh, and welcome to day 4 of Cathlon.
Good evening, sir. Thank you so much.
Guys, before we start the question and answer session and me asking you questions, discussing your own experiences, can we have a brief introduction for all the people who have joined us on this webinar? Siddhika, can we start with you? Your brief introduction, please.
Sure. So, hi everyone, I'm Siddhika Kamble. I am a computer engineer. Well, you can say soon to be a computer engineer. My exams are yet to be conducted. I did my graduation in computer engineering from KKWAG and I got into IIM Rohtak. I had calls from IIM Rohtak and IIM Bodh Gaya and Jammu, but unfortunately I couldn't attempt to the calls of Bodh Gaya and Jammu due to some exam issues. I gave the interview of IIM Rohtak and I converted it thankfully. Yeah.
Perfect. Kalpita?
Yes, I'm Kalpita Bhalerao speaking from Nashik. I am a production engineer from COEP and I'm a 2019 graduate. So basically I took a year gap for preparation of CAT 19 and I am taking admission to NEETI this year. And I had calls from IIM Shillong, new IIMs and BB IIMs and also TISS, but then I converted many of them as well, but then I chose to go for NEETI. Thank you.
Thank you, Kalpita. Shumi?
Yeah, good evening, everyone, and thank you, Time, for giving me this opportunity to share my experience and journey. So, my name is Shumi Mitra, and I've done my electrical engineering from MS University, Vadodara. I am currently working and soon to be relieved with ABB India Limited as a product marketing specialist. And I have got calls from IIM Nagpur, IIM Bodh Gaya, Jammu, IIM Sambalpur, IRMA. So these are the calls that I've converted, and out of these, and IIT Kharagpur VG Som. So after these, I've chosen IIT Kharagpur VG Som, which I'll be joining.
Thank you, Shumi. Hitesh, your introduction, please.
Hello, everyone. Good evening to all. My name is Hitesh Deshpande. I'm from Nasik. I have converted the calls. I got calls from IIM Sirmaur, IIM Sambalpur, IIM Bodh Gaya, Jammu, and from these, I chose to go for IIM Sirmaur, which is in Himachal Pradesh. And I'm an electrical engineer from KKWAG College, and I took a year gap for the preparation.
Thank you so much, Hitesh. I think what we have is a perfect blend of somebody who has some kind of a work experience, like Shumi, almost 3 years of work experience. Hitesh, who gave CAT last year, took a 1-year gap for CAT preparation alone, which in itself is a big risk, right? We have somebody like Kalpita who completed her engineering in 2019 and this was her first attempt. And we have somebody like Siddhika who gave CAT along with her final year of engineering and she's got admission into IIM Rohtak now. So I think a lot of your queries regarding being work experience, should I give CAT, should I take a break of 1 year, what should I do? Should I give it my final year of graduation? I think a lot of your doubts will get cleared today. So let me start with you, Shumi, first, right? Since you are coming with a work experience of almost 3 years with ABB, what made you decide that you want to take up an MBA program in the first place?
Actually, I got placed with ABB through my campus in 2017, and 1 year after 1 year actually, after completing 1 year as a product marketing specialist, I felt that I had a strong niche towards marketing, and I wanted to explore and broaden my horizon in that aspect. As in, I wanted to know more about people management and actually how the market research and analysis works about consumer behavior and the whole management as such. And when I used to see my mentors and my manager and all at such a level, they are doing that work. So I wanted, so that time I actually decided that I want a formal education in MBA. I want to grow in my career, hopefully in marketing field. So that's how that idea came, and then I started preparing. So then there was no turning back.
Hitesh, when we're talking about a program like MBA, right? You gave a CAT last year as well. Then you took a complete year's gap and gave CAT this year, right? Obviously, it's a big risk at this stage of your career, right? So, what motivated you towards pursuing MBA, let's say almost for 2 years?
So actually, my first attempt was in 2018 when I was in my last year, and I gained at that time actually due to the semester exams I couldn't concentrate fully on the preparations, so I could not get the percentile I wanted. And definitely, the joining IIM is everyone's dream. And I know that if I push myself further, I could definitely get the percentile that I required to join the IIMs. So I decided to prepare again.
Right. Kalpita, being an engineer from an institution like COEP, where which is a dream institution probably for a lot of students, to do their engineering program, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you thought of taking up a, let's say, an MTech or take up a job directly after completing your BTech and move? Why this movement from engineering from a pretty reputed institution to, let's say, an MBA program?
So like my graduation stream was production and it was a sandwich course. Like we had 2 internships during the entire curriculum of about 6 months each. So initially I had thought of taking a placement in my first year of engineering, but then I went through 2 internships which turned my thought process in a way that inclined me towards MBA. Like which were poles apart. Those internships were really poles apart. Like initially I worked in a startup and the person was an MBA graduate himself and he just risked his entire 4 years of experience in Forbes Marshall and he went into startup. It was a very very big risk for him, and then I saw his calmness and the way he used to handle his things. And then my second internship was with the MNC, which was totally apart from that. It was very apart from the startup, and I was working in PPC and supply chain operations department. And I saw the working of the managers over there, like the day-to-day problems they handle very efficiently. Like we all know that supply chain is very dynamic field, and the problems arise on a daily basis. So basically, the way they handle things, it started an interest in me for MBA. So basically, I dropped out the thought of getting placement and I just thought of going for CAT 19.
Right. Siddhika, a final year engineering graduate, MBA, obvious choice?
No, sorry, what was the last word? I just couldn't hear you.
Finally, being a final year engineering graduate, MBA was an obvious choice?
Yeah, obviously. I always had utmost respect for MBA graduates. I always adored them, like the way they handle things. No matter how tough the situations get, you can never tell by looking at their faces. They are so calm and they manage everything so efficiently. I always wanted to be a businesswoman, and I feel proud to be the first businesswoman in my family. I finally achieved my long time dream. Not, yeah, like still get to achieve, but yeah, I'm there.
Right. मतलब ऐसा लग रहा है आप लोगों को सुन के that I'm almost asking you this question, why MBA in an MBA institute interview? Right, at the end of the day, money, right?
Definitely.
You get more money being an MBA rather than being an engineer,
Yes.
That's true.
right?
But
A
nothing
perk of
harm
being
in
an MBA.
getting paid for what, for your skills.
Right, right, right. When we're looking at a program examination like CAT, right, and getting into the top B school, let's say you talk about the IIMs, you talk about the NITIs of the world, you talk about IRMA, you talk about IITs, right? You know, it's not an easy way forward. There are a lot of challenges which come forth.
Yes.
And I think there's, as it's rightly said, you learn more from your mistakes, more from your challenges, rather than from what you have done right. So just want to know what challenges did you face in your own CAT preparation and how did you overcome them? I think that would be a greater learning for all the people who are watching us. So we'll start Nitish from you first this time.
I would say the biggest challenge I faced during preparation was the first section, obviously VARC section, as I am from Marathi medium and बहुत ज़्यादा कोशिश करनी पड़ी थी marks लाने के लिए. And during my first attempt, to be frank, I gave it as a casually. So I could not clear the cutoff for the VARC section also in 2018 when I gave my first attempt. So during my second attempt, I had to work a lot. Obviously, the time faculty helped a lot. They gave me the solutions such as the reading. My reading speed was not that good. So I started to read a lot daily, take newspapers, books, or anything. Read. Then the second challenge I faced is the time management. In every section there are 34 questions, 32 and 34 questions. So I think to get a good score we should at least read every question at least once, because sometimes what happens, and I experienced this thing during my first attempt, that I wasted a lot of time in first 20 questions, or let's say first 25 questions, and I was not able to attempt the last 10 questions. And later on I found out that the last questions, some of the questions were really easy. Yeah, so the time management is a very important thing. So I improved a lot on this front in my second attempt.
Right. Kalpita?
So the major challenge I faced was to face my inner resistance. Like I was giving CAT for the first time. I had no previous experience of giving an exam like CAT, which is a big hype in all the MBS parents. And it was like I had already taken a gap from my engineering. I didn't also place it for the placement. So there was no job or no other alternative in my hand, basically. So that thoughts always used to strike my mind, that what if I didn't convert? What if I didn't get a call from a single IIM? So that like challenge to face or overcome your inner resistance was the main thing I like had to face. And other thing was that in the first mocks, I was consistently scoring a bit less than what I should originally have. Then I came to you, Vaibhav sir, and like we had a one-to-one counseling, and you had motivated me like a student from COEP should not give up so early, so you should keep on trying. So basically, these two challenges were main.
Siddhika? What were the challenges that you faced being a final year student? Any challenges different from what these people faced?
Yeah, actually, the time was a tough factor. Like, I had to manage my college work and also the tests and everything. And apart from that, I had stress of my exams as well, and this as well. Like, the fear of failing in both the sections, like failing in CAT as well as in my engineering exams. That was like the fear factor. Like, तलवार लटक रही थी सर पे sort of. So yeah, that did affect a lot, but I would always tell every one of you that don't let this affect you. Don't panic. Stay as calm as you can, and you'll score much better. Like I saw this in my case. Like whenever I used to get panic or whenever I was stressed, I scored less. And chill होके जाओ, exam दो आराम से, you will score definitely good. So.
Right. Shumi, what were the major challenges that you faced?
Actually, the biggest challenge that I faced was maintaining a balance between my work and studies, because I had a complete 9 to 6 job, which was very demanding, and I could not study or prepare in the office at all because that was not possible. So I had to manage my time accordingly and prioritize like accordingly as the days were coming closer. So that was the biggest challenge I felt, because after a complete 9 hours job, you also need some mental peace, then start studying fresh, because I joined weekend classes of time. So weekends used to go mostly in the classes, and then for my self study, I had to uh, like make time for myself, and so I had to cut down on all my extra routines that I like. Simple, I'll tell you, early morning I had to wake up at 6. There was no other choice. I started, so that was the biggest challenge for me, to wake up at 6 o'clock. And then next challenge was that I had a habit of going to chai tapri after office daily, and then meeting my friends. So some all these extra unnecessary things I had to cut down, and to keep that focus going is really challenging, because I also, like Kalpita said, I also scored consistently less in my aim cats. So there's one time that अरे यार job है अच्छा खासा मिल रहा है तो क्यों, मतलब that kind of a feeling. But that was the biggest challenge, but eventually things turned out good. So
Yeah, right. I think they're very pertinent challenges. I think two or three are very, very important. I think there's something which affect every student. One and the most important is कि all the students from a vernacular medium. जैसे हितेश ने भी बात की कि English was a challenge. And I think बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे हैं who have that fear in mind कि हम लोग तो vernacular है तो CAT कैसा एग्जाम किस तरीके से क्रैक कर पाएंगे. When you have people who are coming from all these IITians and IITians, right, and then competing with them, people from CBSE board, ICSE board, so will be able to crack a section like BARC, which is probably considered one of the toughest. But then we have an example like Nitesh, who, in spite of coming from a vernacular medium, I think he is a perfect example of the fact that if you focus, dedication, that you want to crack that, I think it's not a difficult take. Along with, I think some of the other important issues, like psychological preparation is something which is very, very important. जो fear है आपके mind में, that the breaking up of that barrier which is there in your mind is, I think, one of the biggest challenges which all of you must have faced for when you are appearing for an examination like CAT. So all the people who are watching us, please, ध्यान रखिए इन लोगों ने जो भी बोला है कि psychological preparation is equally important along with your intellectual preparation. तो दोनों बहुत जरूरी है. And again, आपका background क्या है does not matter. What is more important is that focus, that dedication, that I want to clear an examination like that और मुझे जाना है तो IIM में ही जाना है. I think these people are a perfect example of breaking up all these challenges, moving ahead of all these challenges and getting into the topmost B schools. Shumi, let me take this question of work-life balance forward, since you are the one who has work experience, and there would be a lot of people who would be watching who are working and probably finding it difficult to juggle both of them. So how did you manage it? What schedule did you follow?
yeah, so initially I faced a lot of issues because I did not follow a timetable. I thought that simply after office I'll come and study something and then that will be enough, but that was not enough. So then I prepared a timetable. So like I said, I used to wake up at 6, okay, and then after my daily schedule, then from 7 to 8 I used to study quant. because yeah, so I used to study quant daily on a daily basis. Then 9 to 6 I had my job, but sharp at 6 o'clock I used to come home, irrespective I have work pending or not, or irrespective whatever my boss thinks. So I used to come home at 6 sharp, take a rest of 1 hour. Then from 7 to 9 I used to study. Then again I had my dinner, and then again from 10 to 11 I used to study. So this was my schedule. For I tried to follow it at least 80%. And then apart from that, I had my weekend classes. So I am actually from Gujarat, so I also stopped going home for like few months because of these classes. So this was how I used to manage. And one day I used to take off where I did not study anything. And usually it would be Friday, because of Friday evening, what we say, that day I would take off. So that this was how I managed.
Right. Uh, Kalpita and Siddhika, when we go through your profile, we see reading to be a hobby, right? So was it there from the very beginning, or you developed it consciously for an examination like CAT, that reading is important, so let me develop this hobby of reading, right? So Siddhika, your take first.
So I used to read, but not like books and stuff. I used to read. I'm actually fond of reading about paranormal activities. So I used to read short stories about it online and stuff. But when I started my preparation, when I saw that how important reading is, then I started reading magazines and news and news articles and stuff, and that really helped a lot.
Any specific magazine that you read, Siddhika, that you would like to recommend?
I would say that everyone must start reading the Hindu. That is like the first thing everyone should start. It has multiple purposes. Like the language used in Hindu is like really great. The standard of verbal is really nice there. Also, you get your a daily dose of news every day, which will be obviously requiring for your GDP and stuff. So yeah, it is kind of an all round package for reading.
Kalpita?
So for me, reading was my hobby since my school days. I used to read novels and biographies and autobiographies to n number of times, like from years. So basically, for CAT, I started reading editorials from, as Siddhika said, that from Hindu, basically, specifically from Hindu. Like there is no option other than Hindu that one should read for preparation of CAT. And other than that, I started reading Economic Times and Business Today magazines for the news related to businesses. That's it.
Right. Hitesh, any conscious effort in reading? Although
Yes,
not
sir,
your
definitely. What, sir?
any conscious habit towards reading, although it's not your hobby, but then any conscious effort that you made as far as reading is concerned?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, sir. Yes, during my first attempt, after the result, I was very depressed actually that I couldn't even clear the cutoff for the VARC section. So after my final year exams in 2019, I again joined the time and I started the preparation in June. So during my preparation, the first question I asked to the Vishal sir that how should I improve my English? So he suggested me the 2-3 ways that you should read the Hindu, as Siddhika said, and Economic Times. Then he suggested me to join the Times library, and he suggested some books also. So yeah, I took a lot of efforts in reading. Also, I'd like to suggest that do read the Hindu editorials, as Siddhika said, because you'll get familiar with the language of the RCs, because sometimes the RCs are based on the psychology. And such RC, to understand those RCs, I think you should read the editorials of the Hindus. And as Kalpita said, the Economic Times is also beneficial because it will help you in the VAT and GD process after the CAT, because you'll get a lot of knowledge about the industry, what is going on in the industry, what is going on in the world through the Economic Times.
Right. To me, you had this limitation of time, right? Still, any conscious effort from your side towards reading?
Actually, whenever I used to get time in my work hours only, I used to read the Hindu a lot. Also, I used to read Reddit, which I really like about world news. So I used to read that also. And apart from that, I feel the GDPI briefcase that is there in the Time website. There are also some articles. So I used to go through that also. So reading, I I'm not also very fond of reading novels and all, but all these articles and all I started reading.
So I'd like to add
Yeah.
one point. The magazines
Go ahead.
provided by Time Institutes are also very good
They are
for
also
the
very
GK
good.
preparation and for VAT and GD preparation.
Yes, I
Thank
felt
you so
that.
much. Right. I think what has really come out of it is that everybody who is probably aspiring for CAT should, at least if you have scarcity of time, or even if you are not too much into novel reading, but at least start reading Hindu. All the four panelists have very clearly highlighted what are the benefits of reading Hindu, the editorial column, Economic Times. So I think if you're not completely into reading of fiction and non-fiction, but at least start developing this hobby of reading the newspaper, and especially the editorial column of a newspaper like Hindu. I'll come to an important issue, guys. When you're preparing for CAT, we need to have a fixed timetable, right? Shumi has also highlighted that in the beginning she didn't follow a specific timetable, right? So, and since all four of you have prepared it very differently, considering the fact that Shumi was working, Hitesh was completely into CAT preparation, Kalpita had around 5-6 months of CAT preparation as far as, after completing her engineering, Siddhika, along with her graduation, she was preparing. So I'm very interested in knowing how did you manage the CAT preparation, any specific timetable or schedule that you followed? I think because you would be able to cater to a different set of audience that we have. So we'll start with Siddhika first, right? Being an engineer, final year engineering, practicals, theory classes, lectures, assignments, all of those things, along with CAT preparation. How did you manage?
So what I used to do was I cut off all my time pass wala time completely. In the morning, I used to read newspaper, and then after that, my college hours used to start from 10 or 11. It used to keep fluctuating from sometimes 10, sometimes 9. So I used to read the newspaper, and then I used to solve up test paper, like either a full SAMCAT or AIMCAT or the sectional test. I used to give those sectional tests. Then I used to first of all, it's very very important to go through and analyze your test, whatever you have given. If you don't analyze your test, then giving test is like of no use. It goes in vain. So I used to do that, and after my college hours, I used to come home, get a power nap of like 20 minutes or stuff or some, and then I again used to get back to my studies. I had a schedule, like a proper schedule of like say today if I'm working on VARC, I gave test and I found that okay, today VRC was really nice, but I was miserable in certain other sections. So I used to work on that. And it's a process. Once you start solving every day, start analyzing, and when you give maximum time to analyzing, you realize your mistakes. You learn from your own mistakes, and it's a process. You understand that okay. So if you do this happens. If you use this method, the answer comes out in a quicker way. Like this method saves more time and stuff like that. So you're going to learn. Analysis is very important, and timetable. Just go ahead, give yourself like डिसाइड कर लो कि बस करना है, जाना ही है आईआईएम में, बस टाइम टेबल वगैरह सब सेट हो जाएगा, सब हो जाएगा. Just be dedicated.
Right. Kalpita, around 6 months of completely dedicated CAT preparation.
So not
What was your
entirely
schedule?
6 months. Yeah. So they were completely not 6 months. Like I came from Pune to Nasik in June, around June mid, and then after 15 days I joined Time for preparation of CAT. And then in the initial months I was just revising things. Like I had already attempted CET 19, so basically I was aware of the syllabus and all. So for the first month, I just went through all the things that I just could not remember, and I just like brushed up my basics. And then I decided a timetable of like for 2 days I used to give for one topic of quant, then from starting to end, like solving the exercises behind the booklet which was provided by the Times Institute, and also the practice exercises which were given to us. And then I used to read 5 passages of RC daily. In the initial days, I didn't give myself a time barrier for that, but then as my speed improved, I like in 1 hour I decided to complete 4 RC passages, and then I used to solve daily 5 sets of DI and LR, and this continued till October end, like till I thought that I was confident enough to solve any set that comes my way. So like and in the month of November, I just stopped studying any extra things. I just focused on my MCATs and analyzing and just giving the sectional tests and revising things.
Right. Hitesh,
So to be
how
frank,
did
I
you
am very
manage
horrible. What, sir?
how did you manage your schedule, Hitesh?
So to be frank, I am very horrible at following the timetable. So I didn't make any timetable. I made the daily agendas. Like I'll solve daily. I'll solve 3 RCs. Then today I'll do this topic of con. Then tomorrow I'll do this topic of DILR. So yeah, my preparation was like that only. And talking about the MCATs, definitely the attempting the MCAT is important, but analyzing is the more important, as the Siddhika said. And you should note down the take the screenshots of the cassolates of the DILR which are really good, which are difficult, you could not solve, and you think that take just the screenshot and make a folder, put the screenshot in that folder and open that in October, open that folder at the October end or November and solve those questions again. If you are able to solve, then definitely you you had a good practice of DILR. If you are not able to solve, then please practice those questions, because DILR is the section I have seen many students struggle at.
Right. Correct. And in fact, that's one section which so many people find discomforting because of the fact there is no specific set of questions, there are no set of
Yeah.
guidelines which is there.
I'd like to add one point.
Please.
It doesn't matter how many questions you attempt in the final exam, because in DILR section in 2019 CAT, I only attempted 16 questions, out of which I got correct 14 questions, and 2 questions did not have the negative marking. But the scale score really matters. Your accuracy really matters in the final score. As I got correct 14 questions. My score should have been 42, but I got 46 point something. So I got 4 extra marks due to the accuracy. So it doesn't matter how many questions you attempt. Your accuracy matters on the D day.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of us are guilty of creating a timetable and not following it, right?
Yeah.
Shumi, anything that you would like to add is for people who are working?
Uh, I'd just like to add that you need to prioritize accordingly, because everyone's work profile is very, very different. Because I have some friends who are site engineers, so for them, they have to travel to site and preparing while traveling. So everyone has their own journey and work experience profiles. But if we like decide, टाइम निकल ही जाता है, बिकॉज वो खुद पे होता है कि तुम्हारे लिए व्हाट इज द प्रायोरिटी, उसके लिए तुम टाइम निकालो. एंड कहीं ना कहीं तो चैलेंजेस आएगा ही जॉब में, मैनेजर डांटेगा, क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं तो लैग होगा ही जॉब में, बिकॉज दैट वी आर नॉट परफेक्ट, बट वो चल के ही चलना पड़ेगा. सो दैट्स व्हाट आई फील, that prioritize करना पड़ेगा, sir. And one thing that I'd like to add about this AIMCAT is that VARC section जो था sir, although I have done मेरा सब कुछ तो English medium में ही हुआ है sir, but still that कॉम्प्रिहेंशन जो होता है, एक MCAT था जिसमें in our class everyone failed miserably, and only I guess only Sumit scored because of his innate English talent. So we literally ate Jyoti ma'am's head. So Jyoti ma'am ने क्लास में हमें एक सेंटेंस वाइज समझाया था इसका मतलब क्या. So that is how I feel things should be done. कि अगर उसमें भी समझ में नहीं आता, there are video solutions, अगर उसमें भी नहीं समझ में आता है तो 1-to-1 टीचर्स के साथ डिस्कशन भी होता है. So that's what I so then that gave me a confidence of how to comprehend and analyze a para at least, and from that then onwards my VARC improved actually after writing many MCATs. So that's the thing. See, even language is a barrier, but even for English medium students to comprehend, because the comprehension is very important. So
But I think VARC एक ऐसा section है जिसको presumably students easy लगता है presumably, but when they actually appear for AMCAT, they find that to be the most difficult one.
yeah,
Right?
Should have a proper strategy for that.
Sorry, Hitesh?
So you should have a proper strategy for the VARC section because it is very important to follow the strategy.
Correct. And I think that's one section जहाँ पे हम बात करते हैं कि कोई फॉर्मुलेस नहीं मेमोराइज करने हैं आपको, कोई सेट ऑफ रूल्स मेमोराइज करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बट स्टिल VARC एज अ सेक्शन इज अ चैलेंज फॉर लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स. हितेश, थोड़ा सा आई वांट टू टेक दिस फॉरवर्ड कि VARC के लिए क्या स्ट्रैटेजी अडॉप्ट करने की जरूरत है.
So the first, at starting, my strategy was I gave 60 minutes to only RCs because the verbal ability questions I was not able to solve at all initially. So I gave whole 60 minutes to RCs, and in that also I was able to solve only 4 to 5 RCs, I think, initially. But as I start to read, my reading speed got improved really. So I was able to solve all the RCs in 60 minutes. Then again, due to the reading habit, I was able to solve all the RCs in 55 minutes, say 53 minutes sometimes. So I got 5 to 7 questions for the VA. So I started to practice the VA also. And I think in October, during October end and November, I attempted the 5 MCATs. And in those MCATs, my strategy was give for first 15 minutes to the VARC questions, and the remaining 45 questions for the give first 15 minutes to the VA questions only, those 10 questions, and give the remaining 45 minutes to the RCs only, because due to the practice I was able to manage the RCs in 45 minutes. So the strategy matters. I changed the strategy at very last point in November, and it worked really well on the D-Day.
Kalpita, strategy for VARC?
So I would suggest that in the initial days when you practice RCs on paper, you have to write the gist of every para at the side of the booklet, like which improves your apprehension ability. Like apprehending the passage itself is a big problem in VARC, and speed is a different issue completely. Initially, you have to apprehend the RC properly, and then only you're able to solve the questions. So I would suggest that like reading is an option, like continuous reading, vast reading, and like getting exposed to as much content as you can. You have to get exposed yourself to like increase your ability to understand the language basically. And in the initial days, like I used to write the gist of the passages at the side of the paper, and then I went to solve the questions. So it made easier for me to solve those questions. And in the case of VA, basically parajumbles is a thing which mostly like is difficult for many people. Like even if one gets wronged or like the sequence changes, it is very difficult to score the marks. So basically I had completely dropped parajumbles and I just focused on RC. That's it.
Right. I think what is important is that you read as much as you can. Read varied content. Do not read only what you are comfortable at. And keep writing it down, right? Because it also tells you how much you have understood.
Yeah.
So I think unless and until you start reading, unless and until you start writing, cracking VARC section becomes a bit of a challenge. Kalpita, coming to you, you were participating in a lot of extracurricular activities in your college. So any impact that those extracurricular activities had on you as far as preparation of CAT is concerned, obviously in the softer aspects.
So, participating in extracurricular activities makes you a confident person in yourself. Like, it helps you to get to know yourself better. Like, what are your managerial skills? How can you interact with the team? How able you are in managing a team, managing a group of people? What are your communication skills? Like, where you need to step down, where you need to take the lead in a group. So basically all these soft skills are developed when you participate in extracurricular activities. And in the like when to talk about a CAT preparation, I think time management was I got it from my extracurricular activities itself. Like there are always deadlines for submission of any project or any event. We have to like all of us know that we have to complete a task in a separated period of time. So basically that helped me a lot while like while managing my time during the CAT preparation. And in JDPI, obviously my communication skills were much better than some of my peers, which I like studied with. So yeah.
Shumi, similarly, you also have participated in a lot of events, although at a different level altogether in your company, right? So, any benefit that you incurred out of participation in those events? I see, look at your profile, it's a youth leadership program, friendship program, etc. So, did they help you in any manner?
On a personal front, yes, obviously they do help you. They help you have a decision. It hones your decision making skills, which is very important. And from the interview point of view, also it adds to your resume. Like the interviewer sees that he or she will question you about that. So that is an extra edge that it gives you. So it shows that you're not only into your job, but along with your job, you are also participating in other stuff, which actually shows that you're a multitasker. So as much and so these participations are also very important because because if we are going in a college also, we are not just studying. There are also extracurricular activities, sports, clubs. There are n number of clubs. So I think that's a complete package, which is always beneficial. So it has been beneficial for me.
Right. Siddhika, you have also led your team in blog writing competition, if I'm correct, blog writing and drawing competition, right? In your college cultural fest.
Yes, sir.
So, what were your key learnings out of it? That's something which you feel that added to you as an individual and help you in, clearing GDPI in any manner?
Of course, actually, managing any event actually gives you a great experience of managing stuff. Like, I really got the experience to manage everything, to manage the schedules, to manage the participants, everything, the details and everything. The students who participated in the competition, their blogs were really great. I got to read those blogs and I got to actually go through them, proofread them, and forward it to the judges. So I really got to learn a lot from it. It really helped me in that section of the GDPI round. So it really helped me a lot in many ways. And I also made new friends. Again, connections are really important in IIMs and in any B school. So yeah, it helped me in many ways.
Correct, right. Hitesh, you have been an active member of an NGO called Swapnapurti Foundation, right?
Yeah.
Participating in a lot of their activities. So, what were your learnings out of your experience with working with that NGO that probably helped you in growing as an individual?
I agree with Kalpita as she said that self-confidence is the very important thing, and you get that thing by participating in extracurricular activities. And as Siddhika also said that you get to know the other people from your college, And in Swapnapurti Foundation, there are lots of people from different departments. So I get to know them, not only our college, but so in some of the events, there were students from other colleges also all over the Nashik. So the connection, the network I made was really useful for me. And definitely, as Shumi also said, that it adds the value in your resume.
Right. I think so. It's important to not only focus on CAT as an exam. Probably you also need to go beyond that and look at participation in a lot of curricular and co-curricular activities, because there are a lot of institutes which actually give a lot of weightage to these participations. And not only that, they also build you as an individual in terms of, as the participants pointed out, in terms of your self-confidence, leadership skills, time management. So you need to be aware of this fact that it's not only about what you get in the CAT score, because post CAT you also have a GDPI and a VAT process to crack. I think for that there's a lot of confidence in yourself that is required, your ability to work in a team, all of those skills get developed when you start participating in extracurricular activities. Guys, when we're talking an exam like CAT, we are also talking about a completely different mindset, right? हम बात करते हैं कि प्रिपरेशन आपका कितना भी अच्छा हो, बट अगर आप उस दिन परफॉर्म नहीं कर पाते हैं फॉर वॉट एवर रीजन, आई थिंक वो जो आपने 1 साल का प्रिपरेशन किया है, 2 साल का प्रिपरेशन किया है, 6 मंथ्स का प्रिपरेशन किया है, वो पूरा वेस्ट है. Because at the end of the day, IM is what you are targeting. And since CAT happens only once in a year, there's a lot of pressure also. So let's start with सिद्धिका. सिद्धिका, किस तरीके से उस प्रेशर को मैनेज कर सकते हैं हम लोग? I think we have lost connection with Siddhika. Siddhika here? You are there?
Yes, I'm here, but I'm having some
Okay.
technical issues.
No issue. Please. Yes. Kalpita, can we continue till the time Siddhika joins us?
Yes, sir. I accept that there is a pressure of the D-Day on us, on our heads to perform our best. But basically, before CAT examination, 2 to 3 days prior to CAT, I had stopped thinking about CAT. Like, let whatever happen, we have to face it. Like, नहीं आए मार्क्स तो नहीं आए, अभी कुछ नहीं कर सकते उसको. अगर हमको बेस्ट देना है तो it is in our hand to give best to that moment. Even my friend and I had the same center, so like we decided to go on outing after CAT examination immediately, and we decided to go for a movie and also lunch. So before entering the examination hall, we were discussing about our outing, like how will it be after post CAT. Basically, we had already invested our entire 4 to 5 months into CAT preparation. We had stopped going out like for anything, for like we had stopped enjoying completely. And that shift from college life to entire preparation into CAT was a bit difficult period for us to switch ourselves. So we were very excited for that post CAT outing. So like we were completely tense free, and we just went into exam hall and we just gave in. And I had no commitments to myself that I will be completing this many questions on a particular time period. There were no commitments as such to myself. You shouldn't be that hard on yourself. It's okay, you have given your efforts and the results are going to show. So basically, that's it. You have to be tense free and you just don't have to think about anything else.
Almost reminded all of us, Kalpita, for a 10th and 12th standard board exam, when the biggest thing that you would like to discuss is when will the exam going to get finished and what I'm going to do after that, especially after 10th standard boards. Right? वही चीज डिस्कस करते थे कि कब एग्जाम खत्म होंगे, आप कब बाहर जाएंगे, फ्रेंड के साथ मूवी देखेंगे.
Yes.
Siddhika, yes, we lost you. So, are you able to hear?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, Siddhika. So what kind of mindset did you carry on the day of CAT, and how did you prepare yourself mentally for CAT exam, or let's say for the D-Day?
So I knew to be calm so that I don't mess up in the exam and I don't panic at all. So I just went in there and I started the was like the partners who were giving the exam. I had to with them, you and everything. It really calmed me down and it really helps. So I think we should like completely forget everything. Like whatever is done. Whatever preparation we had to do now that to ठीक से रखना है एंड सो मेस अप नहीं करना है जिस हमारे एफर्ट्स को, तो बस चिल करो, बातें करो लोगों से, एंजॉय एंड गिव द टेस्ट, अच्छे से होगा सब.
Right. Shumi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Yes, Shumi. So, how did you prepare yourself mentally for the CAT day?
Sir, I was nervous. Nervousness तो होता ही है at the back of the mind because D-Day है. But again, as Siddhika and Kalpita said, that I was very neutral. I did not think, and mine was in the second batch in the afternoon slot. So some of my friends were there in the morning slot. So I had this eagerness उनको पूछूं कैसा था ये वो करके. But I did not. I restrained from that, and I was very neutral and. Actually when I बहुत वो भी एक होता है कि when you reach the venue you see everyone discussing with each other, they are discussing, so I maintain a distance from those groups. I don't want to discuss or indulge in any such activity. And even as Kalpita said, even after the exam that day we did not discuss anything, we straight away went for an outing or something. So because mental calmness is very important, and especially I'll also like to highlight the time when they make you just sit, you are just staring into the screen. And fortunately I was in front of me there was a window, so I had some more view. So that time is also difficult. You उस time पे भी बहुत mental pressure होता है कि कैसा होगा कैसा नहीं, but वही don't think much. मेरा तो ऐसा ही है, because overthinking ruins many things. So keep calm. Do whatever to make you feel calm. You can listen to music before the exam or something like that. Like that, भगवान का नाम लो. जय माता हो जाए.
And right, and what happens in like exam like CAT or in any such exam, that everybody who discusses almost looks like 100% either to you, except yourself.
Because उस time पे लगता है कि सब हमसे अच्छे हैं और हम
right, truly honest.
So that's the thing. So.
Right. Hitesh, एक साल तो ऑलरेडी बैकग्राउंड लेके आए थे कैट एग्जाम का, तो मेंटली आई थिंक थोड़ा ज्यादा बेटर पोजीशन में थे इस बार.
Yes, sir, definitely. I was pretty confident this time that I'll get a good percentile. So I was not that much nervous. But I agree with Shumi that I was in a second slot and I didn't discuss at all with the people in the morning slot, because अगर वो कह देते हैं कि कौन थोड़ा सा टफ आ गया, आरसी थोड़ा सा टफ था, तो वो वहाँ पे थोड़ा सा सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस गड़बड़ हो जाती है. So definitely do not discuss that. And the most important point, I think, change your sleep patterns according to your slot, because it affects on the D-Day. अगर तुम्हारा slot दोपहर में है और दोपहर में सोने की आदत है तो फिर गड़बड़ होगी. So change your sleep patterns according to that.
खाने के बाद I think it was 2 o'clock.
Yeah, 2:30 to 5:30.
Yeah.
Also don't get into habit of eating at the time of your slot. नहीं तो भूख लगेगी एग्जाम के बीच में.
Yeah.
तो अगर दोपहर में सोने की आदत है तो कैट एग्जाम के टाइम पे लुकिंग एट द VARC यू आर ऑलमोस्ट हाफ asleep.
Yeah.
Actually हॉल टिकट आने के बाद हमें पता चल जाता है कि कौन सा सेक्शन है. So try to give MCATs at that slot only.
I think this is a very valid point. I think once you know your time, तो आप अपना जो पूरा डे का पैटर्न है उसी हिसाब से ही क्रिएट करिए. That if you have a morning slot, then वो जो सुबह 10 बजे उठने की आदत है उसको छोड़ दीजिए एक महीने के लिए. Start waking up at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, at least for a month. and अगर दोपहर का slot है तो दोपहर में सोने की आदत छोड़ दीजिए at least for a month, so that mentally you are prepared for that. And also try to give AIMCAT in the same slot, either the morning slot or the afternoon slot, whatever you have got in the actual CAT. So mentally you would be prepared. You know, these are small things, but they matter at the end. These are smaller things which typically don't get highlighted, but then at the end of the day, अगर एक या दो क्वेश्चन का भी फर्क पड़ जाता है, then at the end of the day it will reflect on your percentile. So it's like you are this side or that side, but let's say by a single question even. Guys, any mistakes that you made? आज लगता है when you go back and you look at your exam and you say, ये नहीं किया होता तो percentile थोड़ा और better होता.
Yes, definitely.
हितेश, आपसे शुरू करते हैं. So any mistakes?
So actually, I was good at quant from the starting. So I attempted actually 26 questions, but unfortunately, 5 questions गलत हो गए. And when I look back and when I actually saw the solutions for those questions, it was a pretty stupid mistakes that I made during the D day. So I'll suggest that this was due to I didn't learn the tables, squares or cubes anytime because I was fast in calculation. So I used to think that I'll do it on time. But this is my suggestion, a humble request, please learn the tables, squares and cubes. It will help a lot during the D-Day. That was my mistake actually in the quant.
Thank you, Hitesh. आपने मेरा काम आसान कर दिया in the first learning cubes, squares, tables, but then nobody takes care of learning all of those. Thank you so much. You have made my job easier. At least people just start tables and squares from the first day.
So actually calculator available होता है, but that interface you have to use it by the mouse. It takes a lot of time. So don't depend on the calculator. अगर fractions में calculation है तो ही use करो. अगर normal calculations है, do it by yourself.
Right. I think ये जो आप बात कर रहे हैं देश के you have a non-stream calculator, and I think that's one of the biggest disadvantage because everybody has become so dependent on non-stream calculator that so much of time gets wasted. Even in multiply, let's say a number 20 into 30, उसके लिए भी on-stream calculator की जरूरत पड़ती है.
It's like get into a habit कि like दिमाग में बैठा लो कि calculator है ही नहीं, because it wastes a lot of time. तो उसके भरोसे नहीं रह सकते.
Right. Shumi, any mistakes that you made, you thought कि I shouldn't have made them, you regret making those mistakes? Now, when you see, go back and you look at yourself कि ये नहीं करती तो better result होता.
While writing that CAT, what mistakes that I made is that after the DILR section, because automatically the section, the time changes, we had the quant section. So मैं back of the mind में उसी के बारे में थोड़ा सोच रही थी, वो DILR के questions के बारे में. So quant में उतना अच्छे से दे नहीं पाई. So this mistake, I thought कि ये avoid हो सकता है कि after attempting a slot we have to like forget it and then think about that slot itself. And in quant also I felt that my accuracy was good, like I attempted 15 questions and 13 questions and 12 were correct, but my attempts were very less, so I could have attempted more. But due to my half focus was on DILR section, I was thinking I could have done this, that. I felt that I made a mistake over there. And during my preparation, what mistake I've made is that in my initial days, I did not take the sectional tests seriously. I took AIMCAT seriously, but I did not take the sectional test seriously. But so, which I think that if I can go back, I could have done better, much better. If I have focused on the sectional tests also.
Right. I think it's important to compartmentalize when you give your exam. Treat them as 3 separate set of exams and not treating them at one exam.
Yeah.
Because अगर आप exam की तरह, I think that's what you mean to say, Shumi.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So if you do that, I think थोड़ा ज़्यादा better score कर पाएंगे. Otherwise वो जो last section आपका उतना अच्छा नहीं हुआ है, the negative effects of that keep on falling in a section which you can probably do well.
Yeah.
Kalpita? Anything that you regret?
The habit I had while solving the MCATs was that going for TETA questions in quant, basically. And my slot was the morning slot of CAT, and there were around uh, 8 to 9 questions which were TETA. And I just went through the section initially, and I thought that those TETA questions were really easy, and I chose to solve them first, which was my biggest mistake. And I ended up only solving 15 questions in CAT. And when after, like, when the time was running, I went through all the other questions which I had no time to solve. And then I thought that they were really very easy than those TETA questions, and I could have solved them in a lesser time than what I already took. So basically, that is the biggest thing I regret, choosing TETA questions in my CAT examinations. Like, that strategy worked for me during my MCATs, but then unfortunately it didn't on the D-Day. So basically, going through the entire question or the section is the main thing one should do before starting a section. Like, pick out those questions which are really easy, which don't seem easy, but then they are really easy. Like, you should have at least read it once and analyze it, that is it doable or not at one stroke, and then take those questions. Like, that's it.
Right. I think being flexible in your approach is important.
Yes.
Clear set of strategy, but then sometimes it does not work out. तो थोड़ा सा flexible होने की जरूरत है as far as your actual CAT is concerned. Siddhika, mistakes that we made?
Actually, I panicked in VARC section. Like this, the VARC section this time was really very lengthy, and also the passages were not user friendly. Like it wasn't reader friendly. So what happened for starting 10 minutes or something was like I panicked. Like what should I do first? What should I not? And I went through all the passages, and almost all the passages were like lengthy. There wasn't like those short passages, yeah, those body passages. No, all of them were lengthy and complicated. So I literally wasted 10 minutes in selecting the questions. So that really affected my VARC score. So I later on managed to calm myself down in later sections, because as soon as I ended the VARC section, I quickly calmed myself down, and DILR was like my upper hand. So I was able to calm down myself there. If I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't be here actually. So don't panic at all. Like just don't panic at all. Stay calm. It's really important. If you panic, doesn't matter साल भर कितनी मेहनत की है, सब खराब होगा. So just remember that. And question selection is very important.
Yeah.
Question selection is really important. Like for some people, parajumbles are easy, for some they are not. Some are good at grammar, some are good at passages. So you have to find out like what works for you. Like it's like go like इस MCAT में तुम लोग पहले passages solve करो, फिर grammar करो. अगले MCAT में grammar पहले करो, फिर passages करो. Change your strategy every time. In every MCAT, you will know. After 10 MCATs, you will know what works for you the best, and go for it.
Right. I think that's what is the main purpose of MCAT. The purpose of MCAT is not really just your score. Yes, they are reflective of your performance, but I think what is the core purpose is that you are able to craft a strategy for yourself. You can do that trial and error and then develop a strategy for yourself over the course of around 20-25 MCATs, which will be offered to you.
So I'd like to add a point.
Go.
There are on the student login, the sectional tests are available, the advanced level sectional tests. I think 15, 16s are available for each section. So use those tests for the strategy preparation and apply that strategy in each MCAT. I think that will be more beneficial.
Right. So please make proper use of sectional tests, as Hitesh is suggesting, and I think it would help you in your MCAT and finally in your actual CAT as well. Siddhika, when you are looking at an exam like CAT, जहाँ पे IITs and IITians को competition है, and I'm looking at somebody who comes from a local engineering college, right? Where do you develop that courage? Where do you develop that confidence कि भाई अब मुझे इन लोगों से compete करना है, इस platform पे जाके compete करना है, not only when I'm looking at CAT, These and PI confidence from, because वो एक fear रहता है that I am from a local college, so मैं कैसे compete कर पाऊंगा, whether I am good enough or not. How do you break that barrier?
Okay, so I'd like to share a incident that happened with me. So I got a call from like after my CAT examination, I was like, okay, abhi probably किसी भी का call नहीं आएगा and all. Like, you know, it doesn't matter how good you perform or how bad you perform. There's always this fear in back of your mind कि call आएगा नहीं आएगा, आया भी तो convert होगा भी या नहीं. And then I got call from Rohtak and other CAP calls also. But in my mind it was like कि okay अभी सारे IITians and all everybody like बाकी के सब लोग होंगे and I'm not going to get selected. Like in the back of my mind I was like नहीं होने वाला है, CET के लिए prepare करो. And I actually did like that. Like I completely neglected my interviews and stuff and I focused on CET. But thankfully and it actually helped me in really nice way, because what happened was that when I went for my interview, since I was like completely chilled out कि नहीं होने वाला है, तो दिमाग में मेरे बिल्कुल भी nervousness नहीं था, stress नहीं था, so I was completely chilled out and that really worked out well because I was super confident. Since there was no nervousness, I was able to give my 100% in the interview and the interview went really nice. I was super confident. The interviewer tried to confuse me 3 times. They completely like they tried to break me 3 times, but I was confident and it was like, yeah, hua, nahi hua. So I was completely like, yeah, ha, funny and everything. And it really worked. I converted the call. I only gave one interview and thankfully that got converted. So yeah, so, you know, it's up to you how you set your mind to and how you direct your goals to. Like if करना है तो करना है, like तो सोचना नहीं है बाकी सब चीजों के बारे में, नर्वस मत होना. Doesn't matter IITians हो या कोई और हो, at the end बहुत हम लोगों को नहीं पता वो कहाँ पे लैक कर रहे हैं. बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग होते हैं जिनका स्कोर बहुत अच्छा होता है बट इंटरव्यू में वो नहीं कर पाते, इंटरव्यू क्रैक नहीं कर पाते बिकॉज दे गेट नर्वस और यू नो दे डोंट हैव दैट कॉन्फिडेंस इन देम. तो ऑब्वियसली ये सब चीजों के बारे में अभी नहीं सोचना है. इट्स बेटर नॉट टू थिंक अबाउट दोस. जस्ट फोकस ऑन योर प्रिपरेशन, प्रॉपर्ली प्रिपेयर करो, गिव योर बेस्ट. बाद में जब इंटरव्यू का टाइम आएगा तब का तब देखेंगे, बट अभी के लिए फोकस ऑन योर स्कोर.
I think सिद्धिका was super confident कि नहीं होने वाला है. Right, सिद्धिका?
Converted.
Yeah, sir.
I think what really what she wanted to say was that you don't need to worry about it, right? Looking at the competition, right? You need to prepare also, right?
True, you need to prepare also. You need to prepare also. Obviously, I prepared for it, like the reading news, and I also gave 2 interviews in the time itself. Like Vaibhav sir took my interview and he grilled me for 1 hour. Like it was really nice. It was really fun. It helped me a lot. So yeah, I obviously prepared for it, but in the back of my mind, it was like nahi hone wala hai. But that really worked out well for me. So you know what I want to say is that कि टेंशन मत लो, प्रिपेयर करो, बस टेंशन मत लो. एट द एंड जब जाओगे तो जस्ट बी लाइक कि ओके होगा नहीं होगा बात की बात, जस्ट चिल रहो और अच्छे से दो. दैट्स इट.
I think that is important because it might be misconstrued कि इंटरव्यू के लिए कुछ करना ही नहीं है. You just go over there and the interview just happens. So I think preparation is important, but an important fact is that you don't need to worry too much about what is going to happen, because anyways it's a comparative process, right? You cannot control what everybody else will do. So I think it's better to look at yourself only and focus upon what you have done. Hitesh, वैसे ही आपका भी you are from the same college, KK Wagh Engineering College, again competing with all the IITians, NITians. How did you prepare yourself mentally for the process?
So first of all, I had a confidence that I will crack CAT because I was super confident in quant section. So I always used to think that I have to only prepare for VARC section and I'll definitely score in DILR and quant section. So I think that mentality really helped me for cracking the CAT. And during the PIVAT preparation, I was not so confident. I think the Vaibhav sir, you were there for my mock interview, and some other faculty. Yeah, so I was not at all confident for the PIVAT preparation, but after the mock interviews, I get to know my kahan मैं lack कर रहा हूँ, which areas should I improve. So yeah, it helped a lot for my PR preparation. And I think VAT preparation, I like to suggest that जो RCs तुम solve कर रहे हो, try to make a summary of that RC and get it checked from the faculty. It will really help you during the VAT preparation.
Right, sometimes when we take mock interviews, after mock interview, we feel so guilty that you're almost like these people will kill us when we go home.
I was I was really depressed after that interview.
And I think Shumi is probably a perfect example. Pretty bad memories for all of us that we were in fact feeling so guilty that we had to, because of all the work experience that she had. Shumi, remember this?
Yeah, I clearly remember it. Like that day was literally, but the good thing is that it prepared me for the worst. Like if you can crack times mock interview,
Definitely,
after
if you
that,
are good in a time smoke interview, you can definitely crack any interview.
yeah, I was so bad at it. Like I couldn't answer any question properly. And my confidence had like literally shattered that even small question also I couldn't answer. But what happened is that after that, I started taking things seriously, especially about these interviews. And basically, for VAT, what I feel is that the topics that are given for many of the colleges, it's pretty basic. Like they will not ask you any high pandu topics, but the way you write. So writing is also very important. So that's there. So yeah, time interviews are quite like well, sir will be doing. But because of that, I'll tell you my actual interview processes at the colleges. For IIT Kharagpur, I'd like to share that
Please.
initially before this COVID case, I had to. That was an offline physical interview process that had happened at Thane. I went, and then there was this mail that because they had in out of 6 cities they had completed interviews for 3 cities and 3 cities were pending. So then there was a mail that they have completely annulled all these offline interviews, and that interview and that was really good. Like it went really good for me. So again, then they said that again all new online interviews will happen. So I kind of felt bad that मतलब वो तो बहुत अच्छा गया था मेरा ऐसा करके. So that was the thing. But then again, for online, I prepared. So there was a whole new experience, online interviews, and that also went pretty well. And but whatever interview I had of IIT Kharagpur, I had an experience. So I thought that it would go like that only, but it went completely opposite. So interviews, you never know what will happen. Just be yourself. That is my
Right.
advice. If you don't, because interviews they will catch. Like there is no escape. So just be yourself. जितना आता है जितना नहीं आता है उन because interview जो देख रहा है in you that you never know. If you have it, you'll make it. That's it.
Right. I think I hope the potential cat crackers of next year do not get scared by looking at your experiences, by hearing your experience, guys. Thank you so much for the appreciation. I hope we're not scaring people off from giving mock interviews for next year.
But you should give. It's a mirror.
Shumi, you've got calls from IIM Nagpur, IIM Bodh Gaya, IRMA. You finally chose IIT Kharagpur, VJSOM. Any specific reasons for choosing VJSOM over, let's say, an IIM Nagpur, Bodh Gaya, or probably an institute like IRMA?
Actually, there are many factors. There are there are many parameters that I chose actually into consideration. Firstly, the placement, how the placements are, the rankings of the college, the ROI I chose because I have been working. And so these are a number of factors I chose, and the alumni base, what is there. So after all this, I chose I preferred IIT Kharagpur, which is a 26-year-old college over Baby IIMs, and it was a tough call between IRMA and IIT Kharagpur because both are very good colleges. But then I was more inclined towards general management than a rural management. So that's why then I finally decided to go to IIT Kharagpur.
Right. Hitesh, sometimes it becomes a challenge for us to motivate even the current students to appear for CAT, to give it their best shot, to study regularly. But when I look at somebody like you, जो कि जिसने CAT 2018 भी उतना ही dedication से दिया था, then again prepared completely for CAT this year, taking that risk for 1 year, appeared for CAT. Where do you get this from? What is this
Hello?
source of?
Can you repeat the question?
Yes, sure, Hitesh. My question is that sometimes the challenge for us to motivate even the current year students to prepare for CAT, to give it their best shot, dedication, focus se karna hai. But when I look at somebody like you who gave CAT 2018 with so much of focus, with so much of intensity, appearing for CAT 2019 again, and I saw the same level of focus, dedication, intensity again. What drives you?
तो आई थिंक फ्रॉम शुरू से मेरा एक एम था कि अगर MBA करना है तो IIM से ही करना है बिकॉज ऑफ द ब्रांड वैल्यू ऑफ द IIM. एंड 2018 I could not clear the cutoffs due to some reasons, but in 2019 जो कॉन्फिडेंस था पहले से, एक तो मैंने बताया कि आई वॉज प्रीटी कॉन्फिडेंट इन इट. तो मुझे सिर्फ एक ही चीज थी कि मुझे बस VARC इंप्रूव करना है. अगर उसमें स्कोर आ गया तो डेफिनेटली आई विल बी इन वन ऑफ द IIM. So I think the confidence in Quant and DILR, it was a key factor actually, because I saw many people at time also who are struggling with Quant. So I feel pretty confident that I'm very good at Quant.
Right, so I think focus and dedication is something which is very, very important, and the target that I want to get into an IIM is, I think, what drives all the people who are there today with us.
And,
One last question. Yeah, please.
And as I said, if you are not following timetable, it's okay. Just set your daily goals or weekly goals. कभी भी पढ़ाई करो, बस वो goals खत्म करो.
Right. One last question, guys, before we look at questions, if there are any. We start with Shumi first. Shumi, what is the single biggest advice that you would like to give to all the aspirants who are there for appearing for CAT 20 or CAT 21? What is that one single biggest advice that you would like to give them?
The advice that I'd like to give is that be consistent and don't lose hope, because in the course of preparation there will be many times that, and many factors and number of factors which will make you lose hope. And so never, don't lose hope, and keep your like, this is something that I used to do, is that keep the target in front of you. वो बाकी बाद में जो साइड में चल रहा है उसको भूल जाओ. So be consistent and don't give up.
Right. Siddhika, what is that one single biggest advice that you would like to offer to all the people for CAT 2020 or let's say CAT 2021?
So can you repeat the question?
Yes, sure, Siddhika. I was asking that if you have to give one single advice to all the CAT aspirants for CAT 2020 or let's say CAT 2021, what would be the single biggest advice?
Time लगा के solve करो. Time लगा के solve करो. Doesn't matter whether you're solving from a book or you're solving from some online portal or something. Like either the time test or you're finding questions elsewhere. Doesn't matter where you're solving from. टाइम लगा के सॉल्व करो, बिकॉज मेनी टाइम्स व्हाट वी डू इज लाइक कि चलो टेस्ट दे रहे तो तभी तो टाइम है, बट अगर बुक से कर रहे तो टाइम लगा के सॉल्व नहीं करते, एक एक घंटा वही क्वेश्चंस करे जा रहे, इट वोंट हेल्प इन एनी वे। टाइम लगा के सॉल्व करो बराबर, फिर टाइम की वो आदत लगेगी और फिर टाइम में क्वेश्चंस अटेम्प्ट होंगे। तो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है टाइम लगा के सॉल्व करो।
Right. Kalpita, your take?
As Shumi said that a strategic consistency is the key to crack CAT. Basically, you have to be consistent in your efforts. And if there is any gap of around 5 to 6 days, you tend to forget the things you've done for months. So basically, you have to be consistent, and there are strengths of every one of us. Like it differs from person to person. So before starting the preparation, you have to know your strengths, which sections or which subjects you're strong in. Focus on it and try to analyze the shortcomings which you are facing through the MCATs, mock test, or whatever you're giving, and start analyzing yourself. That's it. Like a consistency and strategy is the main thing that one should develop for attempting CAT and cracking it.
Right. Hitesh?
Sir, I agree with Shumi and Kalpita. Consistency is really important factor. Believe me, if you study for 2 to 3 hours every day, no matter what, every day, you'll definitely crack the CAT. And apart from that, I'd like to mention that don't be biased about CAT. That is, if you look at the past 2-3 years question papers of the CAT and don't say that कौन तो ऐसा ही पूछेंगे, VAR से तो ऐसा ही आएगा, DILR में ऐसे ही सेक्शन. CAT can do anything. Because let me tell you my experience.
Unpredictable.
Yeah, in October 2018, I saw the question papers of 2017, and quant was pretty much easier. When I attempted that exam online on Time Portal, I could solve 30 questions really, and in that 30 questions, I got 28 correct. So I got I was pretty confident in quant. But the paper of 2018 was total opposite in terms of quant. Very difficult quant. The IIM Kolkata put. So don't be biased about it, and believe in your preparation only. And I'd like to also mention that अगर टाइम मैनेजमेंट नहीं है ठीक है, प्रायोरिटी मैनेजमेंट करो, अपने स्ट्रॉन्ग एरियाज कौन से, वीक एरियाज कौन से, फाइंड आउट करके रखो, उन पे काम करो एंड स्ट्रेटेजी बना लो.
क्या बात है गाइस, अभी तो आपने बी स्कूल में एंटर भी नहीं किया है, सारे वर्ड सारे आंसर्स ही मैनेजमेंट के टर्म्स में है. स्ट्रैटेजिक, कंसिस्टेंसी, प्रायोरिटी मैनेजमेंट, परफेक्ट. आप लोग आधे मैनेजर तो वैसे ही बन गए हैं अभी. Right, so I think very well put forth by all four of you. Consistency, hope, probably not. If you cannot create a timetable, there's no need for it, but at least create a daily schedule and follow that daily schedule. So all of those things are very, very important. And I also believe that consistency is something which is very, very important. Unless you are consistent enough in your effort, even if you're preparing, as Hitesh has very rightly pointed out, that for 3 hours every day, like probably Shumi would also be getting the same amount of time, even Siddhika would also be getting the same amount of time. No, but these people have made a very consistent effort being there every day. If you're not there every day, हर रोज नहीं करेंगे, एक दिन 5 घंटे 7 घंटे करेंगे, अगले दिन कुछ भी नहीं करेंगे, it's never going to work out, guys. So it's very, very important. Okay, do it every day, do it for, fix your time, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever time you get every day, do it every day. If you are able to do that, I think cracking CAT is not very, very difficult, right? It's just a different exam, and Hitesh ने भी जैसे point out किया है, pattern मत सोच के रखिए, expect the unexpected as far as CAT is concerned. We create a strategy, but then you should also be flexible about the strategy which you have created. Right, guys? We'll just look at if you have any questions to answer before we wind up. Right, so we have some questions, guys, so we'll quickly look at them. We have Jishan who asked, is it possible for a student of BCom to start preparing for CAT in the month of August and give exam in November and crack it? Hitesh would like your take on this because you have prepared it for 2 times. So although I know you are an engineer, but then as a commerce student, can you start preparing for that in the month of July, August and crack it?
Yes, definitely you can crack it. Just be confident, because अगर ये सोच रहे होगे कि हम तो बीकॉम से है फिर कॉन्ट कैसे करेंगे, just don't think like that, because कैट में जो कॉन्ट का पोर्शन है it's very basic. That जो तुमने स्कूल में पढ़ा है, टॉपिक्स लाइक टाइम एंड डिस्टेंस, टाइम एंड वर्क, सिर्फ बात ये होती है कॉन्ट की डिफिकल्टी लेवल, you have to apply those concepts in a very different way. So if you, as I said, as Shumi said, Kalpita said, that if you are consistent in the practice, in the preparation, you can definitely crack it. Because I have seen people who prepared for only 2 months and got 99 percentile. So don't worry about it. You can crack it.
Right. I think ये जो कंसर्न है कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट्स के माइंड में कि हम लोग क्रैक नहीं कर पाएंगे, कैसे कॉम्पीट करेंगे, एंड आई थिंक ये जो एक फियर है, सबसे पहले इस फियर को ब्रेक करने की जरूरत है बिफोर यू एक्चुअली क्रैक कैट. जब तक ये फियर आपके दिमाग से जाएगा नहीं, तब तक इट वुड बी डिफिकल्ट टू क्रैक कैट. सो cracking cat, and I believe all the participants will agree with me, the exam in itself is not very difficult. It's more about your preparation, doing it consistently, doing it
Yeah.
daily, and which is what is more important. Am I correct, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right. Shumi, a question hai, last question for you. What is the any requirement for an average work experience?
I lost you, sir. Can you repeat?
Yeah. My question is, Tanmay is asking that is there any experience that is
There's some connection issue, sir. Is there any?
You're not audible.
Yeah.
Shumi, are you able to hear me?
Like your voice is breaking, sir.
Okay.
He's trying to ask that.
Yeah, please, Shumi. My question is that is there a minimum requirement for any average work experience?
Okay, so that actually depends from college to college. They give weightage. There are scores like for one year experience they give 1 score, or for 2 years experience. So there are scores. Till 36 months, you get a good score. The score is there. Beyond 36 months, the score gets reduced. Like the weightage that you'll get, advantage that you'll get. Like in IIT Kharagpur, the maximum is for 36 months, that is 3 years experience. After that, it gets reduced. Similarly, if you see in some IIMs, maximum weightage is given to a 2-year experience, and after that it gets reduced. So you have to do a research actually for which college you are aspiring into. But again, it's just a weightage. If you have an experience even more than 3 years, you can still go. But yeah, there is if it's 2 to 3 years, it's best from your interview point of view. Converting the
Okay. Right. Hitesh, Rutuja asked that what is the sectional cutoffs to enter the top IIMs?
It again depends on the which IIM you're talking about, but if you check on the website, the cutoff for ABC are pretty low. They just mentioned that the sectional cutoff is 70 percentile and overall cutoff is 80 percentile. So minimum cutoff is 70 to 75 percentile for top IIMs. Again, for new IIMs, overall cutoff, if you say for some colleges it is 95 percentile, for some colleges it is 94 percentile. So it depends on college. आई थिंक टॉप आईएम्स में एडवांटेज ये है कि अगर एक सेक्शन में तुम वीक हो, से इन बीएआरसी यू गॉट ओनली 90 percentile, बट स्टिल यू कैन क्लियर द ओवरऑल कट ऑफ बाय स्कोरिंग a big score in DILR and Quant.
Right. Thank you so much, guys, for giving your time. It was pleasure talking to you after such a long time. I think Corona gave, you see, the advantage or disadvantage of Corona is that at least we have met online. Otherwise, it becomes difficult to get all of you at one place due to your own schedules. Right. So thank you so much, guys, for giving so much of your time. I know in your own work, colleges have started, you're working from home. I think it was a real pleasure talking to all of you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
thank you so much,
It
sir.
was nice to connect to you after so long.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
really.
Right. Right. Thank you so much, guys. Before we end, just small tomorrow's agenda. There is a session being organized at 11:30, Life After MBA, My Corporate Story by Vishal Swani. He's the Western India Regional Head for Religare Health Insurance. And there's another session at 5:30 called Success Mantra to Crack VARC. I think that's a section which a lot of our panelists have talked about. So please do attend these sessions. All of the people who are listening to us, I think they would help you in getting a perspective of what is MBA all about. And I think it would also help you in looking at VARC as a session. Guys, before we end, there's just a quick question which has come up and which a lot of people would be asking with. If you could answer, anybody, is it necessary to do a job after BBA or you can directly apply for an MBA program, Kalpita?
I do not think that there is a necessity of doing a job, although having an experience gives you a additional edge while appearing for CAT, but then it is not the constraint, it is not necessary at all when like people with work experience also have some shortcomings which you might excel into. So basically it is completely on your attitude and how you plan to bridge the gap of being a fresher along with the experienced people. I myself was asked many a times in the interview this question, that how are you planning to bridge the gap of being a fresher, like you will be having a peer of having 2+ experience. So I was like, so it is upon us, like I decided to go through various curriculums beforehand, like before joining the college itself, and I am working on it. So you have to be that much active in your academics also to bridge up that gap. So basically that is not necessary at all.
Siddhika, your take on this?
So I absolutely think that it's not really necessary to have a work experience. It's up to you how you handle things. It's up to, but definitely having a work experience really helps because you actually have you know you have spoken to and like you're connected to many people, so you know how to work or how to behave in certain situation, how to behave in corporate world, and that really helps you in the interview process. And also it gives you extra points also, but again there's not it's not mandatory to have a job work experience or anything like that. Being a fresher also you can get into a good B school. It's just up to you how you handle everything, how you excel yourself in doing things, because there is going to be a cutthroat competition.
Right. So we end our session. Thank you so much, guys, again for joining me. And I hope you do exceedingly well in your future career. And hope so we remain in touch. And probably we'll invite you as a guest panelist 2 years down the line to speak on life after MBA.
Sure,
We'd
sir.
love to,
Thank
Thank
you
you
sir.
so
so
much,
much.
sir.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
sir.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.